The Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg has granted an order to halt a special Ekurhuleni Council sitting scheduled for today. The Democratic Alliance and the Ekurhuleni Council Speaker Raymond Dhlamini asked the High Court to halt the sitting, arguing that the meeting was illegally called by Ekurhuleni City Manager Dr Imogen Mashazi. Mashazi was requested to convene the sitting by minority parties represented in the Ekurhuleni Council. These parties had filed motions of no confidence in Dhlamini, which were scheduled to be heard last Thursday. However, the meeting collapsed after political parties fought inside council chambers. Dhlamini says as the Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council, he was not consulted on the special sitting. For more clarity on this, we are now joined by Phakamile Mbengashe, who is the Head of Communications at the City of Ekurhuleni. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, Flo, and good afternoon to your viewers.
Let's talk about it then. What happened in today's council meeting, if you could clarify for us?
Well, look, as you described in your introduction, the city manager, who's also the accounting officer of the city, she convened a ordinary council meeting in line with Section 29(1)(a) of the Municipal Structures Act. As you mentioned that there was a request by parties for her to hold this council meeting, and she did so as she was obliged to. As the meeting started, she did open the meeting, but then also informed council that the meeting's adjourned due to the info and alert that we got that the interdict had been granted.
All right, so there's a lot of questions then from the general population with all this sort of instability and infighting, how it all sort of affects service delivery in the city, essentially, because that's what's important at the end of the day, isn't it?
Definitely. I think we need to just take a step back. The interdict was to interdict the 10 o'clock meeting and just only the 10 o'clock meeting. And then second to that, in terms of service delivery, it's important that council does sit because there are quite a few compliance items that are on the agenda. One being what you call this, our annual report.
Yeah.
Second is the adjustment budget. And also we have to table the report from the Auditor General. So all these items affect our ability to deliver services to the communities, which is actually paramount to us.
All right, let's talk about what happens tomorrow. Then the city manager adjourned the meeting to tomorrow, as you did point out. Will council meetings sit tomorrow, given what happened then today?
Yeah, we just recently received judgment, and we vindicated and quite happy that the judge found that the city manager did not act unlawfully. She was well within her right to convene the meeting. Second to that, we received another letter from the lawyers representing the speaker. The city manager is currently revising and looking over that letter, and then she'll take it from there whether it is suitable for us to host the meeting tomorrow. I think what is most important, and just so we can communicate to our communities, is that as an administration, we don't get involved within the politics. However, we do want to make sure that our compliance items are tabled in council, and there is an adjustment budget that is tabled so we can deliver services.
All right, Phakamile, we appreciate your time and for giving us some clarity. Then that is Phakamile Mbengashe, who is the Head of Communications at the City of Ekurhuleni.